All right, we are on page 244 for lesson 3.8, solving a system algebraically. So if you are not there yet, pause the video and please get to that page. Okay, we are going to look at solving a system a different way other than graphing. So we're going to use what we call substitution. We're going to substitute the answer of one equation in for the letter in the other one. So the easiest way, if you're on page 244, do this first problem with me right here in this left-hand column. You're going to take your system and you're going to write these two equations side by side. So write y equals x minus 3, and then draw a line, and then y equals 2x. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the answer of 1 and plug it into the other equation for that letter. So, for example, this equation, if we start here, it says y equals 2x. That is y's answer, y equals 2x. So if y equals 2x, we're going to take 2x and plug it in for that y. We're going to substitute 2x in for that y, because y equals that. So we're going to substitute this in for this y. So we're going to write 2x equals x minus 3. Everything else in the equation stays the same. You're going to plug in y's answer in for y. So now we're going to solve this equation. So we have x's on both sides. We need to combine like terms. So I'm going to subtract 1x, and I'm going to move it over here and combine it with this. 2x minus 1x is 1x, and then I have that negative 3 left. So x equals negative 3. Negative 3 is my x in my ordered pair. I just found that x equals negative 3, and so I have half of my solution now. So now I need to find the y number that goes here. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this answer for x and plug it back in to this x. So if we know x is negative 3, now we're going to solve 2 times negative 3, because that's what 2 next to x means. So 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So then the y equals negative 6, and you write your answer as an ordered pair. This is the solution of this system. Okay, let's try another one. So look at the got it problem B in your book. Do this got it problem with me in your book. Okay, so we're going to take this system and solve it algebraically again. So write your two equations side by side. So I'm going to write it right up here. Y equals x minus 6. And then y equals 3x. Okay, so you can start with either equation. So I'm going to start over here. Y equals 3x. This is y's answer. So if this is the answer for y, if y equals this, I'm going to take this and plug it into this y right there. I'm going to substitute y's answer in for this y. So instead of writing y, I'm going to write 3x equals x minus 6. So now I need to solve this equation for x. So I'm going to move this x to the other side. I need to combine like terms. So 3x minus 1x is 2x, and then equals negative 6. Now I'm going to divide by 2. So x equals negative 3. So now if x equals negative 3, I have my x number in my ordered pair. So now I just need to find the y. So if x equals negative 3, now I can plug in negative 3 to either one of these x's and solve. Plug it into whichever one looks easier. I'm going to plug it in right here, because if x equals negative 3, then all I have to do is 3 times negative 3, and I will have my y. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So y equals negative 9. And then I write my x and y answers as an ordered pair. This is the solution of this system. Okay, let's try another one. Let's take a look at solving this system algebraically. Okay, so write this down in your book wherever you have room. We're going to write these two equations down side by side. So since I already have this one right here, I'll just put this top one right here next to it. So y equals 3x plus 8. Okay, so now this one is a little more involved. These equations are a little bit longer. So one of these equations has to be solved for y or x, and this one is. This is solved for y. It's saying y equals 3x plus 8. This is y's answer. Y equals 3x plus 8. So we're going to take this answer, this entire thing for y, and plug it into this y in this equation. Now there is a 4 next to it. So that means we have to put it in parentheses. We're going to write 8x plus 4. Everything stays the same, except instead of writing 4y, I'm going to put 4 times y's answer. 3x plus 8 equals 12. So now I'm going to solve this equation. I'm going to bring the 8x down, and then I'm going to use distributive property. So 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times 8 is 32. And then these are like terms on the same side, so I need to combine those to get 20x plus 32 equals 12. Now I'm going to subtract 32. 20x equals negative 20. I have to actually subtract and use the sign of the bigger number. And then I'm going to divide by 20 and get x equals negative 1. Okay, so x is negative 1. That is my x number in my ordered pair. Now I need to find the y. So if x equals negative 1, now I'm going to take that negative 1 and plug it in to this x or this x. Pick one and plug it in and solve. This one looks much simpler. So we're going to write y equals 3 times negative 1, because that's what x equals, plus 8. Y equals, okay, 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 plus 8 is 5. So y equals 5. And there is my solution to my system. And we're going to try one more. Let's do this got it problem down here in your book. This got it problem D. Let's try that one. Let's write these side by side right here. So we're going to write 2x plus 5y equals 44, and then y equals 6x minus 4. Okay, so this is solved for y. It's telling you y equals all of that. So you're going to take that and plug that into this y right here. So 2x plus 5, now instead of writing y, I'm going to write y's answer, 6x minus 4 equals 44. So now we are using distributive property, 30x minus 20. Then we're going to combine like terms to get 32x. And then, oh, nope, sorry, I have to actually add 20 and move that over and combine like terms before I can divide. So I get 64, and then I'm going to divide by 32, and x equals 2. Okay, so x equals 2. I am almost done with my ordered pair. Now if x equals 2, you're going to plug 2 right in there and solve this equation to find y. So you're doing 6 times 2 minus 4. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. Y equals 8. And there is your